saw something recently and really agreed with it. It said, if the CDC says romaine lettuce is contaminated, then it is gospel. But if the CDC says vaccines will save your children, they're kooks. Where exactly does this changeover happen? Welcome to the the-fwot-show on the Coil Entertainment Network. I'm rob-steele, that's Jesus Jones in the background, and no, I haven't been here in a while because I'm trying to build a new studio, and it's not going as well as I'd like, but that's okay. Many things on the planet are not going as well as we'd like, especially for the tobacco industry, who now have to, put things on packs of cigarettes that say, oh my god, is this stuff, it's just bad for you. It's going to cause cancer, and you're going to die if you keep smoking. And I get that. And it's true. It is a product that is sold to anyone who has the proper identification, meaning you got to be old enough, and you can just buy it, and its sole purpose at this point is to kill you. Which raises the question in my mind, why are there no labels like this on guns? You'd think, that's all guns are good for. Why is there not a label on guns? Not that it would help. I'm just asking. For a friend. Kind of. Anyway, speaking of smoking, found this and was quite amused by it. A survey done in the United Kingdom. Actually, it wasn't really a survey. They call it a survey, but we think of surveys as, excuse me, sir, do you like this or this? That's a different thing. This was just accounting for the man-hours used by the police department. And just to let you know, that since 2015, police in the UK have spent over 1 million hours worrying about cannabis. 1 million hours wasted on something that is rapidly becoming legal around the planet because it's, let's be honest, it's actually kind of good for you. I'm not saying do it a lot. I'm just saying it's good for you. Hello. And we're not. The UK wasted 1 million hours. But let's think about this. The UK is roughly 57% the size of California, or maybe 2/3 the size of Japan or Germany. I love the UK. I really do. But it's not that big. That's what I'm saying here. 57% of California. So, double it, and that would mean California probably spent about 2 million hours over the same time enforcing something that doesn't need to be enforced. Think of the money not only we could save, but make. If you sell marijuana legally, you'll make money. Look at the states that have done it already, including DC. Hello. Now, I have gotten a question, because this kind of leaked that I was doing this story, and I was asked the question, Rob, this is episode 423. Why didn't you do this story on episode 420? Which is kind of, I don't know what it's slang term for cannabis or marijuana or whatever. You know what? The reason I didn't do it then is because the story hadn't come out, which I think is the main thing, because my original excuse of saying, I waited till episode 423 because it rhymes with 420 free is lame. I'll stick with the story hadn't come out yet. How's that sound? Speaking of numbers, and I don't really have a whole lot to go with this particular section, hate crimes in America went up 17% last year, according to the FBI, which means, of course, the claim of fake news is coming. Except I think most people aren't going to pay any attention to it, because they know it's right. But speaking of counting, how about Broward County, Florida? Did you see this? Yeah, they recounted the votes in the election we had last month. You remember the election? Yeah, they recounted some of the votes. And Broward County, which had, several 100,000 votes in Broward County, they didn't finish recounting in time and delivered the total 2 minutes past a deadline. So none of the votes in Florida's Broward County counted. So that whole every vote counts thing is bullshit. Look at Broward County. Hello. Now, why was there a deadline imposed? That's my question. How about you count it, you finish, you turn it in, and if they're not done, because this is apparently a big county, if it's got a couple 100,000 people in it, you wait till they're done. Because right now, these votes didn't count, And you can't tell me that 100,000 votes isn't going to make a difference in a state election. Seriously. If you agree with that or disagree with that, yeah, I know, it's a short show, but more is coming. Contact me through the website, the-fwot-show.com, where there's buttons for Facebook and Twitter, and email rob@the-fwot-show.com. I make it easy. There's also buttons for iTunes and the Google Play Store and YouTube, where you can subscribe to the show. YouTube I would recommend because there will be video soon if I could ever get this stupid studio finished. Just saying. Would also help if you clicked on the little shopping cart button. Yeah, it takes you to the Fwot shop where you can get a t-shirt or a coffee mug or a poster or a case for your phone. And yes, I think every phone is represented in some way, shape, or form. So you know what? Go check that out. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with some really stupid news that we could have put on the Cinema Savant show, but we didn't. It comes from Terry Rossio, who's one of the screenwriters behind Shrek and the original Aladdin and some of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, who said that he thinks that calling people anti-vaxxers are very similar to calling someone the N-word, which utterly blows my mind. You want to know how it's not like that, Terry? Have you ever seen anyone walking down the street and suddenly someone cries out, "Officer, officer, it's an anti-vaxxer," and the cop goes over and shoots the person? Yeah, haven't seen that so far with the anti-vax community. But, you know, not that it's really going to matter much whether the cop kills them or not, because they're anti-vaxxers, they're probably going to die off pretty soon anyway. I'm just saying. Anyway, have a good week, and we'll see you hopefully when the studio's done.